Hey, this is Mad Hatter, and I'm here today with an update to Skyblock. We're going to be changing the naming schemes. This is Skyblock for 1.21.50. It probably works in a couple of updates after that, but it will not work after a new biome comes out, so keep that in mind. This is Skyblock. Anyway, the premise of the version of Skyblock that Bud and I have made is that these islands generate on their own. And I'm going to turn up my render distance because I had it down for other reasons. So, in this Skyblock pack, you get these randomly generated islands. They are actually just geodes that are shaped to look like normal Minecraft terrain. Bud did an excellent job of making these look good. The other thing that you get are structures, and I don't see any actual structures. I do see dungeons. You get dungeons too. So, this world, you can play Skyblock. It is infinitely generating, and it also has a whole bunch of random game modes that you might be interested in, so stick around. Also, if you're interested in a sort of add-ons, drop a subscribe because next week or pretty soon I'll be dropping another interesting mod or add-on that people haven't seen before. So, that is how that's going to go, and also we'll be starting a series on this Skyblock. So, in this version, if you haven't seen it, we did add a couple of new things. One of the new things is called Pillow Core. The way that I actually like Skyblock to work is if you were to, let's say, accidentally obsidian your lava in a normal Skyblock map, that's GG. I'm done. I can't do anything. Game over. Don't bother. But in this map, if you die, and we're going to go do that now, you respawn, and this is going to take some CPU usage, so give me a second. So now that we've spawned in and my computer is caught up, we're going to have all of the things we need to start over. We have some dirt, we have a sapling, we have water or ice and lava for making a cobblestone generator. We could get going again. Now, if you played before, you know that search algorithm took forever. Well, we changed the island generation algorithm so it's predictable. And we also changed the search algorithm so it hits an island every single time. Because the island locations are predictable, now the spawn algorithm can work every time. It's no longer based on seed. These will be the same spot in every world, and that makes things a little bit faster on respawn. Now, the other thing we changed is we removed all of the hardcore stuff. Not the concepts, but we removed anything that was our custom hardcore because hardcore is now in vanilla. Select that stuff when you actually make the game and you get all the hardcore benefits and I don't have to maintain them. But in our world, we still have semi-hardcore, which is when you jump off the island, you always get a new island, and we have renamed that to New Island on Death. It's more descriptive, it's less confusing, New Island on Death. Now we do have Pillow Core. Pillow Core is the idea that if you die and you have a bed, the bed works. And I know that seems crazy, but it actually is kind of nice. So let's go do that now. I'm going to give myself a bed and I'm going to give myself a chest. If I put the chest down and I put my stuff in it and I put the bed down and I set my spawn point. Now, if I die, which could happen for any reason, I respawn, and I don't get new items. That's important. I don't want this to be a way to farm lava. If it was a way to farm lava, it would be broken, it would be just not useful. But now, if you die and you have a bed, you respawn on your island, but you don't get new resources. If you were to obsidian your lava, or lose your sapling, or whatever bad thing happened, you break your bed, you die, you get a new island. That's your punishment for not being good at the game. You have to learn to do it over again. But if you now have a bed, it is a little bit more forgiving. Also, it's a lot less lag. I actually really like this mode, so Props to Mr. Skeleton, who originally proposed this and wrote the original code. It is now part of the full Skyblock pack. Anyway, there is still one island per player with no redos. It's sort of hardcore. If you lose your lava bucket, you lose the game. There is also the classic mode, and there is still Nether Start. So those are pretty cool. I'll kind of show you what each of those do. You also can have random saplings, yada, yada, yada. So what's really unique about this pack is structures still exist. If I locate a monument and I teleport there. So if I teleport to an ocean monument, these structures exist. The spawn points are where they normally would be. These are untouched. This is exactly how it would generate in the world. And the Elder Guardians are there. All of that stuff is still the way it would be. Sponge rooms, all of those sort of things. The gold is still there. And you can fight this like a normal world, but in Skyblock. You can also set up your own Guardian farms. You can get these Prismarine blocks. That is something that you can't do in most people's Skyblock worlds because they're just flat worlds. And they actually have a world border where after that it becomes a normal flat world. And I hate that. So this version of Skyblock, infinitely generating, you can choose your own seed, and it has all the structures in it. So you can now build all of that stuff. You get your random islands. These islands are really cool. You can play on servers where each person gets their own island. It is, in my opinion, the best way to play Skyblock on Minecraft Bedrock Edition. And I would argue it's better than a lot of the Java packs. I know that people love their crazy ways to do things. I like vanilla. I want my Skyblock to be as vanilla as possible, and this does that for me. So let's get into some game setup stuff and see how this all works. Create new world. I'm going to name this best world. I know it's super creative. I'm going to give myself creative because I want commands for this tutorial. You can put in whatever world seed you want. You can set any of these settings however you want. It all works the same. I do recommend having fire spread on because you want that for your portal. I'm going to turn cheats on for myself. Now you're going to do the Skyblock 1.20.21.50 and I'm going to hit activate. That's it. You'll hit create. It's going to take longer and it's going to be laggier than a normal world because this is CPU intensive. Okay, now you are greeted with this menu. This is on your first life and you can never change this in the world. I'm sorry, that's the way it is. I did it that way because I wanted it to be more efficient when loading and saving and all the other stuff. So you only get this on your first life. This is your world setup. You can get no regen, which turns off natural regeneration, so it's like ultra hardcore. You can do island per user. That means if they obsidian their lava, they are just kind of stuck. You could do classic, which is one island for the entire server, and you can do pillow core, which we discussed earlier, where if you have a bed, it works, and you could do new island on death. I now think I like pillow core the best, but the settings are all up to you. You could choose your sapling. It doesn't matter which one you choose. You could choose whichever one you want for your world. And then the challenge mode, you can choose Nether Start or start with no items. And I don't know exactly how you would do that in some cases, but you can do it. The scatter max, this is the distance away from zero that you're allowed to spawn in each direction. You can make this bigger or smaller, however you want. It does change how difficult it is to find other people on your server. So this is plus 3,000 blocks to minus 3,000 blocks in the default settings. Random tick speed is a way for you to change random tick speed if that's what you want to do. 1 is the default for Minecraft. I know people will say 3 is the default, but that's on Java, not on Bedrock. There is scalars in Bedrock to make it very similar, but 1 is the default random tick speed. Nether roof. This adds a barrier block roof, so it still looks like Skyblock, but it makes it all caves so that ghasts spawn correctly. and other mobs spawn correctly without having to build your own roof. I like to have this on, but I realize it's something that some people wouldn't. If you do not have this checked, then you have to build a roof everywhere that you want somebody to spawn, with some very limited exceptions. So it'll be basically peaceful in the Nether until you build a roof if you have this off, and it will be dangerous in the Nether until you make it safe if you have it on. I'm going to change this to Nether start so you can see the Nether, and I'm going to hit submit, and we will get going. Okay, we are in the Nether, and you can see there's some random bits just about. Those are just world generation artifacts that we can't remove. These lava are not actually stagnant lava. They don't stick around forever. And you start with nether tree stuff. And the reason you start with nether tree stuff is because it's nether skyblock. That's what you should start with. You do not get lava. You do not get blue ice or whatever you need to do that. You have to earn it. You do get some bone meal to get you started because you have to have bone meal. And this should, on average, get you positive bone meal within the first tree. And it should keep being positive well into the first bit in your world. You have 4 of these nether blocks, just like they got 4 dirt in the overworld. It's trying to be balanced with the overworld start. You get bone meal. It is a lot more active of a start, and I like it. And this is what I'm going to play when we play the series, is nether start. There will be other people that you might like on there, so drop a subscribe, and we'll see if anybody else does videos or streams from that. But I am really excited and looking forward to it. Now, if you are nether start, it can be more dangerous, especially if you turned on the roof like I did. I saw magma already spawn and jump off to its death over there, and that could theoretically spawn a ghast right now. So, you know, me dilly-dallying here is only because I am recording a tutorial. If this was a real world, you want to get yourself started and get yourself safe as soon as possible. Anyway, I think that might be everything I have for you. This is Skyblock. I like it. I hope you do too. And all you have to do is start chopping. So anyway, this is Mad Hatter. I'm out. I hope you enjoyed. This is one of my favorite ways to play Minecraft, so I hope you enjoyed as much as I do. Anyway, thanks. Bye!